Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to some more anime openings and endings. These have been really fun for me, so I'm glad to continue this journey with you all. But before we do jump in, a massive thank you goes to Amy, whose generous support made this reaction possible. Alright. So the way I'm going to structure this video is we're going to check out first each of the descriptions of the animes that we're going to be reacting from, and then we'll listen to the opening or ending and then give our feedback and ratings, and by the end we'll have 4 different ratings and we'll have had 4 different experiences. So let's just jump in with the first one here. This one is called Banana Fish. So the plot goes: Ash was a runaway in New York City and raised by a mafia boss, Dino Golzine. Now 17 years old and the boss of his own gang, Ash begins investigating the mysterious banana fish, the same 2 words his older brother Griffin has muttered since his return from war. That is an unusual plot, to say the least. I think the most interesting part here is definitely the banana fish. That feels like a random phrase like you may hear come up in like Family Guy or something, which if it is Family Guy related, then Peter Griffin makes a lot of sense here. But I think the other most interesting part is that he is a youngster starting his own gang. But yeah, that's Banana Fish. The opening is called Lost and Found by The Survive, Said the Prophet. Let's check this out. Ooh. I'm going to be taking notes here, guys. Oh. Ooh. See, I will never get used to like how short these openings are, because just as I like start to get into it is when the opening ends. And in contrast to like many of the things that I react to on this channel, sometimes songs can be upwards of 20 minutes long at points. So, a minute and a half is not a lot to work with, but I did get a good enough picture of this one. You can see my notes there. I think the drumming was really nice. I love the moments of electric guitar that really stood out to me, especially at the beginning there. In the vocal melody, there were a lot of like back and forths between like almost this rap cadence and sing-songy, and then you would immediately jump into those like really high falsetto notes. There was never a moment in this song where it completely like fell apart, or there was a massive breakdown or complete vibe change, which tends to be the case with a lot of openings. So this one, all things considered, was a fairly standard opening here. So I think since it was fairly standard, I think I would rate it probably a 7.7. A high 7 to me feels right for this one. But that's Banana Fish. I think I should give a few points for just the name alone, Banana Fish. You know what? Let's just put like a note here, a plus 0.3 for the title Banana Fish. It's a crazy title. Okay, the second one here that we're going to check out today is from an anime called Erased. Erased follows the story of Satoru, who is a 29-year-old aspiring manga artist with the ability to travel backwards in time. Bro, right there, that is like the superpower of all superpowers. To prevent terrible things from happening. After the murder of a loved one, he is launched back further in time than he has ever gone to prevent the tragedy from taking place. Oh, but he can't go back. He can't go like forward, right? So he can only go backwards. And if he overshoots the moment he wants to return to, then it's like he has to live in the present moment, but in the past. It's interesting. Satoru must join forces with friends new and old to ensure a peaceful future for himself and those he cares about. I like that plot. You know, for me, I really just love time travel, the concept, and movies in general. I feel like some of the best movies, the most mind-bending movies, all have to do with time. A recommendation I would give you all in terms of movies is a movie called Predestination. If your mind isn't blown by the end of that movie, your dopamine is fried, or you were too smart for me. All right, let's jump into this opening here. This one's called Riri by Asian Kung Fu Generation. Super cool name. You know, I was kind of like losing it in the beginning to middle there because I thought in terms of melody, the vocal melody wasn't all that interesting. It was rather repetitive, and which is fine, right? There's nothing wrong with being repetitive, but sometimes when the melody isn't hitting for one reason or another, then the repetition just further highlights the fact that, hey, I don't really prefer this melody, but the transitioning, the slow, smooth building of this song was actually done in a very tactful way, such that like new instrumentation that was being added over the 90 seconds that we had added and improved and didn't detract from the overall song, not making the song more busy. And I love especially at the end in the last, call it 20 seconds there, the drumming and the overall energy of the track picked up even more and ended on a high note. I think if it ended back in the place where we started, it's kind of like we were in this meadow and we were enjoying, we were frolicking, but there wasn't much else to it. And then there's like a hope we like kind of start climbing the mountain, but come sliding right back down again. And it didn't have that much of a payoff in that sense. So I'm glad that we stayed atop the mountain to end out the song. That said, I do think we're in the sevens here. My question is it better than the first one or a little lower in quality? I would say I'm going to leave this open-ended for now, but it's got to be somewhere between 7.4 and 7.8 just to keep the tension for whether it's better than Banana Fish. But honestly, the more I think about it, this like plus 0.3 is going to happen because this title is just too great. Okay, let's check out the next one here. So this is from an anime, this second opening here from an anime called Fire Force. Turns out, I did the first opening. I do remember seeing this name here, but we'll revisit the plot line. So Fire Force is the prequel series to Soul Eater. Shinra is a third-generation pyrokinetics youth. It's a very cool name. Who gained the nickname Devil's Footprints for his ability to ignite his feet at will, and was ostracized as a child for the fire that killed his mother and younger brother Sho 12 years ago. Always so sad with these intros, right? Like the biggest tragedy ever sparks the anime. He joined Special Fire Force Company 8, which features other pyrokinetics who dedicated themselves to ending the infernal attacks. Man, these guys must hate water, right? That must be their, like, eternal enemy. Infernals are monsters that are formed due to spontaneous human combustion. A huge conspiracy is at work that will change their world. Okay. Very interesting. Interesting to make the entire element fire for the show. I wonder if there are other elements that come to play there. So the song we'll be listening to today is called Mayday by Cold Rain featuring Ryo. And a bit of a spoiler, this is a song, because I had to go check right before the reaction here, I actually know this song by Cold Rain. I don't know much Cold Rain in general, but Mayday is a song that I had added in my playlist, I believe, since 2021. So it's a song that I'm roughly familiar with. I'm going to be very happy to hear it now in a condensed anime opening format, but thought I would give you the disclaimer. All right, let's jump into this. Spoiler, I'm probably going to rate this highly. This already has my heart.
Take what you got and leave now. You're running out, you're welcome. No one here wants to see you cheer, yeah. Think that you won from day one. That's the devil will come. You know.
Oh my god, we're lagging? Refresh. Oh my gosh, it fixed. Sorry for that.
That's the devil will come. You know just why he wants you, don't you? Your crooked desire left us in disarray. Misguided, divided, it's a final eraser. You started a fire, you're gonna watch it burn. Try to save yourself like you always do. Every bridge we build, you think it's just to burn it down, just burn it down. When everything is gone, you wish you only heard us out. Screaming Mayday,
I mean, easily in the nines. I mean, I've already heard this song, so it's not like a complete surprise or shock to me because, you know, there's a full-length version of the song that I've heard numerous times now over the years, but it hits all the same. Even in this short form, you get all of the notes. You just don't get that, like, kind of mellow down bridge that you normally hear, but this goes into the nines for sure. I want to honestly say this could be like a 9.1, 9.2. Let me just give that range now, and we'll go based on feel which 0.1 or 0.2 I assign there. But this is just a fire song, all things considered. I love that Cold Rain. Their music gets featured in anime music. It's a really smart choice. They come out with good music, and I haven't heard much of it. Cold Rain is a band that, for a time, I was like, I need to explore this, but my listen to later playlist just grows infinitely, and I never got around to it, so then I just deleted that playlist. Random story aside, let's check out the next one. This is the last reaction of this video set today. It's from an anime called Solo Leveling. We'll be checking out this ending number 2. So the plot goes as follows. In a world where hunters, human warriors who possess supernatural abilities, must battle deadly monsters to protect mankind from annihilation, a notoriously weak hunter named Sung Jin-woo finds himself in a seemingly endless struggle for survival. One day, after narrowly surviving an overwhelmingly powerful double dungeon that nearly wipes out his entire party, A mysterious program called the system chooses him as its sole player, and in turn, gives him the unique ability to level up in strength. So this is like a video game, but in real life. But he's also like the chosen one, the protagonist, because the system chose him. Level 99 strength. Oh, old school RuneScape. That is the best game ever. Okay, this is something no other hunter is able to do, as a hunter's ability are set once they awaken. Jinwoo then sets out on a journey as he fights against all kinds of enemies, both man and monster, to discover the secrets of the dungeons and the true source of his powers. I'm interested. I think I've already done one reaction to solo leveling before. I would have to now check to make sure I'm not misremembering anything there, but we'll jump into this one. This one is called Unapex by TK from Ling Tosite Sigur. Alright, let's begin. Whoa.
人類史上最低の僕の出ました底辺から見える頂点の味は占めてハッとしないスキルハッとしない顔新しいシチュエーションハッとしないスキームハッとな快感飽きないのない脱ぎ捨て
Wait. Whoa.
Sorry, sorry, 君たち置いてくね。そろそろ lovely, don't message Goodbye, my weakness, like my world. The lemons one and night, good night. Look at my heart, we're counting the world. Hello, my wife, let's fly some boats. Rescue, no rescue, something you. Give me up the moon and love now.
Oh. Whoa. Hold on, I have to write this. That one. Oh. Oh my god. I'm very curious to know y'all's ratings, because I don't know if they're going to be so different from mine. They may be the like exact inverse of what I have. Oh my god. I think I got to give this one like a 9.5. I don't know if that comes as a shock to you all. That is a 9.5 to me. Well, let's just listen to it again. There's so many unique elements here that make this one stand out. This introduction, digital, arpeggiated, the swanky vocals, light piano. See, the thing is, like, it is immediately interesting and it maintains my interest by also changing things ever so slightly, adding an instrument here or there, and the transitions, despite being different, are so smooth. I love the way it ramps up too. It subverts your expectation right here and then blows it up. Ah, that's fire. So now at the bottom here, I'm just posing the question, what could have brought this up to a 10 out of 10? Because, it's very hard to be perfect. You know, we always strive for perfection. Point 2, I would add for a meteor bass. I think if the bass was more forward in this, I think we would get to a 9.7 because there are very subtle hints of this like swankiness, the cool jazzy vibe. And if you just had like a nice rip roaring, guttural, meaty bass line, just that groove would support this track so much. Now, on the highs, I don't actually think we need all that much. Oftentimes in these suggestions, I will say you need a meteor bass and you need a heavier electric guitar or more focus on like the soloing. I don't think this song actually needs more electric guitar. I think this song just needs to make the guitars that are already being played a little bit louder with the bass, and honestly make the drums louder. Just make the entire like final part of the song, that last outro, just heavier in general. I don't know why, but I guess heaviness is like the weight of my heart. So yeah, those would be my suggestions. But let's just now take a stock of what we've rated. So the first one, Banana Fish, I gave a 7.7. I do believe the plus 0.3 is in order, so we get bumped up here to an 8.0 out of 10. Now with Erased, I think this may have been the lowest rated one in my mind. I said 7.4 to 7.8. The more I reflect on it, it felt rather generic to me. I may even bump this down past the range I provided initially, maybe like a 7.1. I just feel like the vocal melody in this one didn't really stick with me. It was repetitive and had an overall nice vibe, but I wouldn't listen to it again, if that makes sense. With Fire Force, this is the song that I'd already heard before. It was naturally going to be rated highly just based on that bias alone. I think, though, it does, just hearing solo leveling here, I think 9.1 is not okay. I think it has to be a 9.0, which is still more than reasonable. A 9.0 out of 10, I think, is a very good rating. Once you're in the nines, you're doing a good thing. But the way solo leveling just blew me away here, a 9.5, I think you need to give them like a wide, what would you call it? A wide gap between first and second place here. But yeah, those are my ratings today. I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Hey friends, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction today. And if you'd like me to react to one of your favorite songs, you can hit the link in the description box down below. It is the best way to support my channel. But in any case, your support, your kindness, your comments, your likes, they mean the world to me, and I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.